Welcome to episode 39 of OTD, your daily dose of soccer history by 17 Laws Guy. It's December 9, 2018. We are not in Buenos Aires. We are at the Santiago Bernabéu in Madrid, winter air, and a pitch that has seen Di Stefano, Puskás, Ronaldo, and Zidane, and now something it was never built for. Boca Juniors versus River Plate, deciding the Copa Libertadores. This is the Superclásico, Argentina's great derby. Docklands versus Uptown, blue and gold versus red and white. It has been exported to another continent because South America just couldn't safely contain it. This is the Superfinal, the first Libertadores final ever contested between Boca and River, the last two-legged final before CONMEBOL switches to a single neutral venue, and perhaps the most intense club match ever played. Let's set the scene. Boca Juniors and River Plate grew up facing each other. Both are born in La Boca, the working-class dockside barrio of Buenos Aires. River Plate in 1901, a merger of two small clubs. Boca Juniors in 1905, founded by sons of Italian immigrants. Early on, the rivalry is mostly neighborhood, same streets, same docks, same pitches. The split comes when River moved north in 1925, building the Monumental in Núñez, closer to the city's wealth and affluence. Boca stayed, and with La Bombonera squeezed into the barrio, which gets more and more with time. Stereotypes harden. Boca is the Kenesis, the club of Italian immigrants, dock workers, the people. River is Los Millonarios, the rich club, the elegant side in white with a red sash. Reality is more mixed. Both teams have fans in every social layer, but the myth is sticky and the derby feeds off it. Key milestones deepen the rivalry. The first official top-flight Superclásico in 1913 sets the tone for a century of black terraces. In 1928, Boca wins 6-0 over River, the largest margin in Superclásico history. In the 1940s, River is known as La Máquina, the machine, and in 1941 record their biggest win, 5-1, over Boca. 1968 is the Puerta Doce, the tragedy at the Monumental. A crush in Boca River match kills 71 fans, one of the worst disasters in football history. We have the 1986 Superclásico with the orange ball, and in 1993, the Copa Centenario, to celebrate AFA's 100 years. The only version of this derby is settled by a golden goal. By the 2000s, both clubs are continental heavyweights, and the derby keeps evolving. In 2011, River are relegated from the top flight for the first time, a trauma their rivals still sing about. And in 2014-15, Gallardo's River eliminate Boca in successive continental ties. In 2015, Libertadores match at the Bombonera is abandoned after Boca Ultras attack River players in the tunnel with pepper spray. Boca disqualified. Globally, the Superclásico becomes shorthand for football at its most intense: color, noise, pyrotechnics, and raw emotion. And in the diaspora, Boca and River fan clubs, official filiales, scattered as far as Spain, Israel, Australia, and the US, and you get a derby whose echo is generally global. By late 2018, both giants arrive at the Libertadores in powerful but different phases. Boca Juniors, with 34 Argentine league titles and 6 Libertadores, is one of the continent's most decorated clubs. Another Libertadores would be Boca's 7th crown, matching Independiente's all-time record and reinforcing their King of Cups branding. River Plate has most league titles in Argentina and 3 Libertadores before 2018. Their relegation to Primera B in 2011, despite immediate promotion the next year, was continually remembered by Boca fans in their calling River for River. After the promotion, a continental resurgence under Marcelo Gallardo. All of that is background radiation when the 2018 Libertadores kicks off. The bracket will eventually funnel the two giants to each other. After getting through a tricky group, Boca navigate a Brazilian heavy knockout path. Round of 16, Libertad, comfortably beaten over 2 legs. Quarterfinal, Cruzeiro, tight, controversial, but Boca edged through. In the semifinal, Palmeiras, Benedetto scores crucial late goals at the Bombonera, and in Sao Paulo for sent Boca to yet another final. River's path is pure draw. They eliminate Racing and Independiente, 2 giants in all Argentine ties. In the semi-final against Gremio, they lose 1-0 at home and then go behind in Porto Alegre. In stoppage time, VAR intervenes to award River a penalty for handball. Itzi Martinez scores, and River win 2-1 in the night, and advance on away goals. But by early November, the script is written: Boca versus River, for the Libertadores over 2 legs in Buenos Aires. CONMEBOL's marketing calls it the final to end all finals. Nobody yet knows how close they come to realize that. The first leg is scheduled for November 10, 2018 at the Bombonera, and is immediately swallowed by the weather. Torrential rain floods the pitch. The game is postponed 24 hours. On November 11, they finally kick off. It's vicious, emotional, and high-level football. Boca strike first through Juanchopa Alpida. River equalized almost immediately via Lucas Prato. Before halftime, Benedetto puts Boca back in front. But early in the second half, a River attack leads to Boca's Carlos Izquierdos heading into his own net for 2-2. There are no away goals in the final, so the draw simply means whoever wins the second leg lifts the cup. The tension is unbearable, and the worst is still to come. The return leg is set for November 24 at River's Monumental. Tickets are astronomically priced on the black market, and the stadium is ready to become a cult. As the Boca team bus approaches, it passes streets packed with River fans. Stones shatter windows, and police tear gas, intended to disperse the crowd, blows into the bus through the broken glass. Several Boca players suffer cuts and eye irritation. Others complain of breathing problems and nausea. Kickoff is delayed. CONMEBOL officials, club presidents, and police argue, and eventually, the match is called off for the night, then postponed again the next day, as Boca insists the players are in no condition to compete and demand sanctions. With security fears mounting and the world watching, CONMEBOL makes an extraordinary decision. The second leg of South America's biggest final will be moved to Madrid, played at Madrid's Bernabéu. To many in Argentina, it feels like a theft, a continental showpiece uprooted by violence and politics. To others, it's a practical way out of an impossible situation. But for Spain and for the Argentine diaspora there, it becomes a once-in-a-lifetime event. Buenos Aires, export. That's how we get to December 9, 2018. The Bernabéu is split into blue and gold and red and white. Official attendance is just over 62,000. Millions more watch from Buenos Aires and scattered Argentine bars around the world. In the first half, River tried to impose their passing game. Boca looked more direct and more dangerous in transition. Just before halftime, Nathan Nandes releases Dario Benedetto with a perfect through ball. Benedetto glides clear, waits for Armani to commit, and passes the ball into the corner. 1-0 Boca. Benedetto peels away with a little smirk to the River, an image that will be replayed endlessly when the tide turns. In the second half, River respond. Gallardo's side pushes higher, circulate the ball and look for gaps. In the 68th minute, a flowing move down the right ends with Ignacio Fernandez squaring for Lucas Prato, who arrives between defenders to sweep in the equalizer. 1-1. The Bernabéu roars. In Buenos Aires, hearts switch from euphoria to dread and back again. 90 minutes end level. The Libertadores will be decided in extra time. Within minutes of the restart, Boca's Wilmar Barrios collects a second yellow card. 10 versus 11. On a huge pitch with tired legs, the equation tilts heavily towards River. Gallardo sends on Juan Fernando Quintero, a left-footed Colombian playmaker, and in the 109th minute, Quintero picks up the ball on the edge of the box and curls a stunning shot off the underside of the bar and in. 2-1 River. Boca, now desperate, throw everyone forward. Substitute Yara hits the post with a low shot that, in another universe, would have taken the game to penalties. Instead, in the final seconds, Boca's goalkeeper Esteban Andrada goes up for a corner, River clear, and the ball breaks to Pity Martinez near the halfway line. He runs alone towards an empty net, rolls the ball in for 3-1, and disappears under a red and white pile of bodies. 5-3 on aggregate, and River take the Copa Libertadores back to Núñez. For River Plate, the Superfinal cemented Marcel Gallardo's status as a club deity, the coach who not only brought the club back from relegation, but beat Boca in the biggest final either club had ever faced. For Boca Juniors, it prompted internal soul-searching, leadership changes, and a renewed push for domestic dominance to salve the wound. For the Superclásico itself, the 2018 Superfinal became its new central myth. New Superclásicos add chapters, league deciders, knockout ties, VAR controversies, but all of them are measured, explicitly or not, against 2018. Put simply, the Superfinal gave it a permanent global reference point. Seen from a distance, December 9, 2018 is a bundle of contradictions. The South American final, played in Europe, is a security failure that produced a financial and media bonanza. It's a derby rooted in the docks and tenements of Buenos Aires, decided in a VIP box. cathedral in Chamartin. Seen from inside the colors, it's simpler. For River fans, the greatest night in the club's history, and for Boca fans, a wound that still hasn't closed. And for the rest of us, it's a reminder that football, at its most intense, still spills over the edges of geography, calendars, and common sense. That's all for episode 39 of OTD, the night that Copa Libertadores final left Buenos Aires, landed in Madrid, and decided the fiercest derby in South America in front of the whole world. If you got memories, sources, or Superclásico stories from La Boca, Núñez, or the Madrid Superfinal itself, then email us at otd@17lawsguy.com, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review so more Boca River obsessives can find us. Tomorrow, in episode 40, we jump to 2022 in Qatar, Morocco's incredible run to the World Cup semifinals, the first for any African nation, and what it meant for Casablanca to Dakar to the Paris banlieues. Don't miss it.